So do you see Polygon's ZK, which is zero knowledge EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine implementation, and Ethereum 2.0 as a risk to Solana? Unless I am mistaken, these will help the £200 gorilla scale and reduce costs. Yes, so I actually refer to Ethereum as the £800 gorilla, so it's 4 times bigger than your £200. But let's jump into 5 rounds, and I want to thank the team behind the scenes for helping with this 5-round methodology. It's like a boxing match, which is really cool. So first of all, round 1, let's talk transactions per second. The Polygon zkEVM can take Ethereum's transaction per second up to 20,000 TPS, while Ethereum's merge can go up theoretically to maybe 100,000 transactions per second, but this has not been tested yet. These numbers are still unproven and theoretical. Now, Solana's proof of history has already been able to run at 50,000 TPS and theoretically has gone up to 700,000 TPS, but the real thing is actually it crapped out at 400,000 TPS last year when it got spammed to hell, but they're fixing that. So that will no longer be a problem. But on top of that, Solana was built from the ground up as a proof of history, and its mainnet has nearly 2 years head start of ETH's proof of stake, which hasn't gotten off the ground yet. And you can bet there will be hiccups along the way for ETH as a proof of stake chain, whereas Solana now has 2 years more time to work out those kinks. So round 1, in our opinion, goes to Solana. Ding ding. Round 2, fees. And remember, we just look at data and we are as objective as possible. We're not pumping any bags. As you know, my Ethereum bag is a lot bigger than my Solana bag, so I should be saying nicer things about Ethereum than sometimes I do. Anyway, round 2, fees. As you know, Solana is much less expensive and much less bloated than Ethereum. Ethereum's gas fees can run hundreds of dollars, whereas Solana's fees are in the fractions of pennies. That's why it gets spammed. It's very cheap to spam. Now, however, the merge Ethereum will become less deflationary and possibly even deflationary, we hope, and the issuance of Ether will decline by approximately 90%, as with the lower operational cost of validators, so on and so forth. And Polygon's zkEVM is also set to reduce Ethereum fees by 90%. So round 2 is technically a tie, even though it will still be more expensive to transact on the Ethereum / zkEVM. It's getting closer. It's getting better. So we'll just give that a tie. Round 3, technology. So Ethereum uses EVMs, and it must maintain its state of distributed computer. And this data structure, which holds not only all accounts and balances, but also the state of the machine. And the state can change as more blocks get added to the chain. Now, Ethereum's protocol must keep continuous, uninterrupted, and immutable operation of the state machine computer, which gets heavy, bloated, etc. as we go on. And this is what's behind the smart contracts. Now, Polygon's EVM layer 2 scaling essentially snaps on nicely to Ethereum, and the EVM is designed to do what's called stateful architecture. Now, when we look at Solana's architecture, it is stateless. It only requires a sequence of computational steps to determine the time passage between 2 events cryptographically. Each node in the network doesn't keep a copy of the entire transaction history, but rather a validation of the transaction sequentially. So round 3, in our opinion, goes to Solana. There's only 5 rounds, so 2 more left. Go as quick as I can. So round 4, ecosystem. Ethereum has a vast ecosystem. I estimate it is over 3 times the size of the Solana ecosystem. That's like 3,000 dApps versus about 1,000 dApps. But since Ethereum was first a successful smart contract platform, it had a huge head start, nearly 5 years, over all other protocols in the smart contract space, the layer 1 space. And the majority and the most important DeFi dApps in the industry are currently built on Ethereum. That's Aave, Uniswap, MakerDAI, USDC, etc. And the leaders in the NFT space. It's getting close now, but things like OpenSea, Rarible, CryptoPunks, Decentraland Sandbox. And Ethereum's long-term strategy is very favorable since its technology is not only disruptive, but also based on its platform with incredible growth potential and has the largest development community of all cryptos. So with that, Solana, however, is catching up in this aspect. Solana is still very nascent stage, has about $1 billion in TVL. I think it's 1.4 or something right now. And this is small compared to the 35 billion on Ethereum. And we'll see. So round 4 clearly goes to Ethereum. Let's go round 5. Final thing. We kind of smashed 2 areas together for this one. One is daily active users, and two is breadth of the dApps. And Solana has 266,987 daily active users. Polygon has 198,145, and Ethereum has 460,146, which fluctuates, and it's actually going down a little bit. Now, Solana has a broader breadth of dApps, so this is a tricky one. So think of two chains versus one, two ganging up in one. The average DAU between Polygon and Ethereum equates to approximately Solana, and therefore, since Solana has more flexibility, more versatility, and more breadth of dApps, I will give the edge to Solana, not being biased, just the facts. So here we are. In summary, the conclusion, Solana wins TPS. Fees are a tie, even though Solana is still cheaper. Technology, Solana, we believe is better, even though it has bugs, it's still in beta, etc., etc. Ecosystem, Ethereum has the edge, it's been around much longer, has much more. And round number 5, daily active users and breadth of dApps, slight edge. Therefore, Solana is the winner. But forget all that. That's not what I look at. Well, it's many of the stuff we look at a lot. But this is the $1 million question, ladies and gentlemen. So if you look at value hunting, so for example, I uncovered, things like Tesla, Google, before they had big runs. And that's the key here. You got to get into stuff early before they have big runs. If you look at the relative value of this asset compared to others, let's just look at market caps. So if you combine the market cap of Ethereum and Matic, it is over 17 times larger than that of Solana. Does it do 17 times more? No. That's my thesis.